can simply do the work on your desk with an Expo marker. Go ahead and pause yourself to give yourself a little bit of time here. So there was some confusion yesterday on how we can compare the differences between two different powers of 10. Okay, so some of you may be able to look at each of these and determine which one is the bigger power of 10 right off the bat. But in case you didn't notice, we have two different exponents. So what I'm going to teach you to do today is how to compare them when they have the same exponents. Okay, so you have to understand that each of these has a multiplication problem that you can do to expand it. So the one on the left, if you want, you can do 3 times 10 to the 4th, which is going to be 10,000. We can expand it out, and then this one is going to be 32 times 10 squared, which is 100. So you guys can do that to determine which one's bigger, but I'm going to show you guys a little bit of a trick here. Okay, so what I want you to do is take a look at the right, and I want you to go ahead and we're going to convert this 10 squared so it has the exact same exponent as 10 to the 4th. Now I want you to think, how can you get from 10 squared to 10 to the 4th? Okay, so notice the exponent's getting bigger, so I'm going to multiply it by 2 additional groups of 10. So that's going to get us up to the 10 to the 4th. Now the thing that's interesting is we have to be able to maintain exactly what this number is. Okay, so it's kind of a system of a balance. I know you guys are used to doing what happens to one side you do to the other. That is not the same in powers of 10. Okay, in order for this to maintain 32 times 100, which is 3200, if we're going to increase the exponents by multiplying by 2 groups of 10, we're going to have to decrease the multiple, what we're multiplying by. So if we're going to multiply by 10 on this side, we're going to have to divide by 10 on this side. If I'm going to multiply by another 10 over here, I'm going to have to divide by another 10 over here. Now, if we take 32 and divide it by 10 twice, we're going to get ourselves 0.32. Okay, now notice 10 to the 4th, 10 to the 4th, they now both have the exact same exponents. So now we can very simply look at the multiplier, the multiple, and, well, what's bigger, 3 or 0.32? Okay, and hopefully you're going to tell me this one's bigger. Okay, so now let's take a look at the other one. Okay, I'm going to erase all this stuff. There we go. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take this one, and what we're going to do is we're going to convert it down to 10 squared. Okay, so notice it's getting smaller, so we're going to divide by 2 groups of 10. Okay, now since we are dividing down the exponents, and if you guys remember, 10 to the 4th divided by 10 is going to be 10 to the 3rd. And if we divide by another 10, because remember, when we're dividing, we're subtracting our exponents. That's how we get 10 squared. It's not just magic. I'm not just making up numbers. This is actually how it works. Okay. So then, since we're doing dividing by 10 on the right, then we're going to have to make this one larger by multiplying by 10. Okay, each one helps maintain the balance. So if you do 3 times 10 and then times 10 again, you're going to end up with 300 times 10 squared. So now take a moment once again and look. 300 times 10 squared, and then we have 32 times 10 squared. Which one's larger? It's going to be this one again. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make up a random problem, and I'm going to want you guys to, once I have the problem written down, pause the video and, oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Pause the video and then make up or double check your own to see how things go. Okay, so let's see here. Let's go ahead and go 5.7 times 10 to the 5th, and we'll go 3 times 10, I don't know, we'll just go to the 6th. So go ahead and pause the video here and practice converting to either one of the exponents, and I will have the answer up for you in a minute. So let's go ahead and convert this one. If we go down 10, whoops, no negative. If we go down to 10 to the 5th, we're dividing by 10, which means then here we're going to multiply by 10, which gives us 30 times 10 to the 5th. You can probably see your answers now that we have the exact same exponents, that, obviously this one's bigger. So, or if you decided to go the other route, we want to bring this up to 10 to the 6th, okay, and multiply that by 10, which means we're going to have to divide this one by 10, which is going to give us 0.57. And as we can see, once again, this is going to be the larger one. Okay, I'll post some extra videos on converting between the two if you guys want. Hopefully this is how you feel right now, and not hopefully this. Okay, so here's the end of video 1. Alright.